Aloha, awakened souls. Welcome back to the garden. You know, when I first got into spirituality and kind of renounced Christianity, the last thing I wanted to talk about was Jesus. And the last thing I wanted to hear anybody talking about was Jesus, because I pretty much had figured out that there was a big bamboozle that went on, and Jesus seems to be right in the middle of it. And so I wasn't very interested. But I've since come to realize Jesus was the baddest mofo that ever came to this planet. Not because he was crucified and died for the sins of man, which is ludicrous, but because he accelerated the ability to connect with cosmic mind. And see, the minute we connect with cosmic mind, all the bullshit gets settled. All the confusion gets unconfused. All the chaos lines itself up. All the ducks get themselves in a row. And the bullshit turns into delicious compost that the plants gobble up. And they produce fruit in the Garden of Eden that man can then sustain himself upon. It's amazing, it's miraculous, it's almost beyond words, but we struggle to put it into words anyhow, because it's tasty fruits and vegetables coming out of the Garden of Eden. So let's talk about this accelerant. If Jesus hadn't come the first time, he wouldn't be able to come back in the way that he has come back, because nobody would know who he was. And so the channeling of people that have gone before has remained pretty much obscure. People are slow to open up to channeled information. Which, wouldn't you base any information off the information, not where or how the information came about? So people that are prejudging channeled information are just, again, in that ego, being that NPC, cutting themselves off from their own way out of their own illusion, because they've made up their mind, oh, if it's channeled, it must be XYZ, therefore it's invalid. And I won't even listen. I won't even hear it. I won't even allow myself to hear it. But after you hear it, you're immediately challenged to that whole thought process you had, because you realize there's something here that is from out of this world. Or we could say, is from out of this illusion. Coming from a realer place than this illusion. So it's definitely worth hearing. And then after you get past where you can at least hear it, you begin to assimilate it. And this is the slow process of spiritual evolution for a man. And it could take thousands and thousands of years and many, many lifetimes. All right, Jesus was an accelerant. Jesus came along and said, look, I'm going to just tell you straight up about the cosmic mind, about how things work, and then I'm going to show you that they work this way by doing what to you is miraculous, which is not miraculous, is normal. But again, you're in an illusion where it's believed to be not normal, because people primarily are coming from a state of disempowerment. What other people did, what NPCs did with the name of Jesus and what Jesus did, it has nothing to do with Jesus. And like I already said in the other video, he cleared it all up in his own words. So that there's no confusion left in the mind. And there's no hindrances or blockades to cosmic mind. And you yourself begin channeling the cosmic mind. And you find out that you have everything in common with Jesus. You maybe for the first time have a vision of a man that loves the truth more than anything else that exists and wants to express this truth to his disempowered countrymen, family members, friends, loves, you name it. He sees their condition. He understands why their condition is the way that it is. He understands that it is they themselves that have created the condition. And he himself knows that it is so simple to change the entire condition by changing the mind and unifying with the cosmic mind, thus channeling the cosmic mind, which is, again, the power, puts you into the power. So if Jesus had not come 2,000 years ago and planted this seed that eventually has gone worldwide, because everybody on the planet knows who Jesus is or knows the name. They may not know who he is, but they know the name. They know what they've heard. They know what they think. They know what they've been told. They know what other people think and believe. But how many know him? And how many would know if he was being channeled, if it was really him? So you don't know him that well. So when he said he was going to return, and what that meant, what he meant by that, meant that the very next day he was going to return. The next week he would return, in a month he would return, in 5 years he would return, in 100 years he would return, because the minute a human understands what he's saying, he knows they will tap into the cosmic mind, and thus they will be in Christ consciousness. Therefore, he returned. So he returned probably the next day, the next week, the next month, the next year, and has been returning ever since. Religious people, they think what they think about that. They think that he's coming as a man in the clouds with a bunch of angels, and this big fanfare is going to happen, and then suddenly the whole world's going to realize, uh-oh, we were all wrong. We now have to forcefully, if you will, be subjected to this great truth that's coming back to the earth in a way that overrides free will. Which is not going to happen, because there's not going to be any overriding of free will in that way, or any way. Nothing's ever going to grab hold of your throat and squeeze it until you submit. Because this is all about a heart movement. See, when the heart's moving, when the heart's channeling the cosmic mind, everything is a movement within love. So everything lines up immediately and perfectly with love. See, and love has the power. Love is probably the only power that can penetrate the hardest of egos to where they realize that love is, and that it cannot be denied. But they don't know much other, that's about as far as it could get. And then the confusion of the mind and the opinions and the beliefs take over. And there's never that connection to cosmic mind that confirms love and confirms love in all things. So therefore there isn't any judgments, there isn't any unforgiveness, there aren't any grudges. Everything's reconciled in that oneness. So I'm being reborn again. Because I was baptized in the Christian church. I was reborn, as they say. I was introduced to this Jesus person. But see, with that, if you're in religion, with that comes all the bullshit, all the stuff that's completely off, all the lies. And they may not know that they're lying, but that doesn't make it not a lie. That you have a sin nature, that God is unhappy unless you do A, B, C, and you're always trying to feel okay about yourself, wondering if you truly are pleasing this God character, or if he knows, what's lurking in the back of your mind, that you're a complete F up and God couldn't be happy with you, and you screwed up so many times, and you're nothing like Jesus. So how could God even be remotely pleased with you? And so you carry that burden of trying to please this deity, this entity, this thing that is separate from you, but you want to be one with it. You think that it wants you to be one with it, but yet it never happens. It never feels real. It never materializes. And it never will. That's the thing. You're chasing an illusion. It's never going to materialize because reality does not work that way. Connect with the cosmic mind, and you will come back to understand how reality does work, and that you were never separate, and that you don't have a sin nature. That's ridiculous. Are you prone to making mistakes? Possibly so, but that doesn't mean you have a sin nature. It just means you're making some mistakes, and all you got to do to correct a mistake is see that you're making the mistake, and then take the necessary actions to correct the course. It has nothing to do with God's opinion of you, because he doesn't have an opinion of you. The cosmic law, the cosmic mind is indifferent because it's perfectly secure with the way that the laws operate throughout the universe that have been set into motion. He's, totally indifferent. That's why you have free will. Always will, always have. And it's not going to be violated. So if you want to take 500 more lives to figure it out, you can, and God's perfectly happy with it. He's not even happy or sad. He's indifferent. Take as many lives as you need to, my child. But there is accelerant available. People have come to understand and spoken about it. And all you got to do is open your heart and listen. That's all. And if you want to quit screwing around in the illusion and getting burnt by NPCs and hurt and abused and everything else by NPCs, all you need is a little accelerant. The quicker and more powerfully you connect to cosmic mind, the faster this process will complete. The human process of coming back to man, being a man. No longer with the hue, no longer with that propensity to kill other men, hurt other men, lie to other men, deceive other men, feel superior to other men, judge other men. Drop the hue. Be the man that is one with the Creator. Sip of coffee. It's just so magnificent. I'm happy to just sit in the knowing of this. I'm soaking up my rebirth. Because, I feel for myself personally that there is a reconciliation between me and Jesus. Because, again, when I kind of renounced Christianity, I was done with all the characters. I was done with all of that stuff. But once again, the Christ letters, the channeling of Jesus, and his words are as powerful now as they were then. See, again, the truth is the truth is the truth. It doesn't matter when or from whence it came. It remains the truth, and the truth has power. The truth is potent. But we don't get access to too much truth. I'm talking, purified truth. We get real watery truth. real diluted truth. We get truth mixed with lie in the illusion, again, in the illusion. Come back to cosmic mind, you get undiluted truth, powerful truth. And you pop those tic tacs of truth, and they go inside you and they dissolve, and all those particles distribute into your etheric being and into your soul and into your chakras, and the whole system is just being upgraded continually. And you feel this. I mean, I do. And I feel, why after Jesus went into the desert for the 40 days and got this real intimate, deep, amazing connection to cosmic mind. I mean, he walked out of that desert with absolutely no doubt about any part of it. So I totally get it, man, why he wanted to go tell everybody, why he wanted to share this, man. This could change everything. This could change the whole world. This could actually allow disempowered humans to become powerful men. If I could just get this to them, if they will just drop the ego long enough to consume these resonant tic tacs. And that's the big question mark. Will they hear it? Will they accept it? Will they do it? Do they believe it? Will they try it? Will they prove it? So we don't know. We don't know. All we can do is speak. But there's immense power in speaking, in the formulation of words, because again, we're talking about thoughts becoming manifest, creating things, recreating things, uncreating things. Love and light, friends. Till next time, I'm just going to sit in that and allow recreation to happen.